Following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to a Bill in Boca Raton. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not too much. Enjoying the warm weather in Florida just like you, except on the other coast.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yep.
Do you listen on the internet right now?
Yes.
Cool, man. Cool.
No, I enjoy that. That's in your Tiger TV and everything. I've been watching you for years, and you've really taken this whole programming to a level that's just phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Let your heart speak. The heart is in direct communication with the human soul. And when the heart speaks, even with the resistance of the head, something inside you changes. Your heart opens another heart, and true love is possible. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 108, NASDAQ up 35, S&P's up 11, gold contract down $3.90, trading at $1,497 an ounce. Silver off $1.14 at $33.49 an ounce. Platinum down 12 at $1,676 an ounce. Copper off 2.5 pennies at $4.07 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $90.81 a barrel. Bonds down a full point at 125.18. Dollar index off 43 ticks at 75.78. Euro up 9 ticks at 142, and the yen up 45, trading out at 80.88. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. So, first off, you got to go back to, well, actually, I want to start with March 16th. March 16th low on the S&P cash, folks, 1249. So we go from 1249, you go up to 1370. Now, when we broke over that high of February, which is 1344, bottom line, we were breaking highs on lighter volume as we had been doing a year and a half. Huge failure. Comes down from 1370, 112 S&P points, gets into 1258. Now that 1258, folks, on the 16th of June, came in with 1 billion shares. 1 billion was going into 1.4 billion. After coming down 112 S&P points. That's a nice leg down. 112 points. So what do we do from that point on? You go topside on the 21st with 800 million. You come right back down on the 23rd with 1.1, and then we did 1.7 on Friday. Now the 1.7, huge volume in the NYSE, huge volume on the NASDAQ. We did 3.8 in the NASDAQ. When you take this whole area here, and you put this on a weekly and a monthly, what you have is this, is that you did come down into the March 16th levels and still did it with lighter volume, which sets up a bounce. Now, the bounce that I'm expecting on this S&P, the lows out there, 1318, all the way up to that 1345 area. And it's the first clue that we're really going to get is how we get into this 1298 area. What we did out here today did 835 million shares, so anemic bounce, and I expect it's going to be anemic going all the way up there, but I suspect we're going to get up there. Why? Because 112.1 leg down with the amount of energy that the market has expended in the last week and a half to try to break these lows and haven't been able to do it, sets up a nice bounce to do what? For more cause to get to lower prices. This is building cause right now, folks. That's what we have. That's your S&P. We go over to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. Same type of setup in the Dow. What the Dow Industrials hadn't done, the Dow actually didn't even get to the highs of the lows of March 16th. So when you don't get to the highs or the lows of a high volume bar, folks, Yeah, you're going there. And this is what's so neat about this, actually, because the S&Ps got there to the highs and went about halfway in the bar. The NASDAQ composite actually broke that low with dramatically lighter volume, comes off it. The Dow hasn't got there. So when you look at that correlation, it's okay, longer term, we have to go back there and hit it. Shorter term, what does it want to do? Bottom line, it wants to do a nice bounce. We're at 12,043, 12,378 is on the agenda, all the way up to 12,574. And how we get over 12,217 in the Dow is the benchmark. Now, that benchmark there on the 21st is going to be easy to blow away. And what I mean is that you have volume of only 854 million. Now, let's go to the NASDAQ composite. We take a look at the composite. Composite had gone from a price point March 16th, you had 2,600. We go up to 2,887. Huge expansion, right? False break topside. What a false break specifically means, folks, is, well, to me what it means, you go to higher highs, you have no juice, no volume underneath it, then you give it up. That's what we did. So what does the composite do? The composite goes from 2887 straight down to 2599. It does that, and it breaks the March 16th low with dramatically lighter volume. And when you do that, folks, we're talking about 1.9 billion versus 2.7. And it never closed underneath it, by the way. Okay? Went into it, rejected it, had 800 million lighter shares. Bang, you come off that 2,600, you're at 2,688 in a heartbeat. Okay, now what do we do today? We do 1.7 billion. The NASDAQ wants to get into about 2.2759 all the way up to 2835. That is setting up the B to a C of a larger ABC down. Now, I'm going to go through the SPY for you because I want to show you something. How hard that the B to C, and this is where, folks, is if you understand the art of time in the trade, the ultimate trading mastery system, if you understand the information that the market releases all the time, this type of information here is one of the most valuable, and this is what it is. Because we came down, and as we actually even came down, listen, we know we're going up with light volume. Well, you know what? We were coming down, folks, and the volume wasn't that bad on the SPY or the market in general, going from 137 all the way down to 126. So watch the correlation here. The SPY, you know, you had 233 million shares, you had 200 million shares, you had 234 million shares, right? That's light volume in itself. As we go back topside, going into those areas, it's going to be really hard to get into those areas with even lighter volume. You see that with lighter volume? Field day, absolute field day. And I suspect that's exactly what's going to happen. Why? Because you also have confluence up at those areas. So we'll see how this whole baby shakes and bakes, but it's a sweet little setup at this particular point. We go over and we take a look at the bond market. What you had is that the bond market corresponded out here today in a big way. Bottom line, markets up, bonds down. We had tested the highs last week with 329,000 contracts versus that 502. Today you go downtown with 322. Now tomorrow is going to be a big day, and this is why you need a correlation. You need a expansion of volume for about 500,000 contracts in the bond market. Let's go to Charlie in Massachusetts. Hey, Charlie, what's going on?
Wow, first in line, huh?
That's a beautiful thing, brother. Just for you, man.
Yeah, I know you're playing it that way. Tom, I'm in ZSL,
okay,
and I'm trying to get an idea of where to put a stop because you know that's my weakness, and also where it's going.
Let's take a look. You get ZSL. ZSL, folks, is the 200% inverse correlation of silver. The low's 12, the high's 145. Okay, so what you have is this, is that it wants to, first off, trade to 24.49. That's the high of May 5th. Stop-wise, Charlie, I wouldn't give this anything right now. You know, because what you have is that 16 million. You only did 9 million today, man. You need volume in this tomorrow. I'd put a stop right under 1977, Charlie. Give it nothing. Give it just under the low of today. And the reason being is that if it doesn't go right now, that means it wants to just back in again to this 1797 area. Where I'm going there is June 1st, right? Mm-hmm. But it's building cause to get into this 24.49. Let me actually go look at the silver contract for a second. So if we go over to the silver contract, this is a direct correlation, folks. Silver goes down $1.13 today. That doesn't seem like a lot, but folks, that's $6,000 in a contract. You wants to go test 32.30. It's going to get interesting, man. Yeah, you could have a little field day here tomorrow, Charlie. So this is going to come in ASAP, Charlie, meaning that you're going to get the test tomorrow, and the test on the actual contract is 32.30. You get into that and reject that price, that closes ZSL. You break that price, and you can have a field day, man, because it'll be at $31.37 in a heartbeat. And if we end up with volume of more than 179,000 contracts, well then it's a huge ABC structure on the way down. It's a 15-point ABC structure that will take it into $25, $23 actually. I don't expect that at this point, but I do expect you're going to get another buck and a half out of it pretty quickly.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Okay, man, have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go to Chris in Palm Harbor. Hey, Chris, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
I'm having a great day. I actually wanted to talk to you about Tractor Supply Company, TSCO.
Okay, let's take a look at it. We got TSCO. Okay, we got Tractor Supply. This is a large retail farm store. It's a lot more than the farm store, too, by the way, folks. Okay, lows 29, the high 66. The PE's 27. They make 230. Okay, go ahead.
Fundamentally, it's a strong company.
Yeah.
But I wanted a technical review of it. It appears that it's just a consolidation at the highs, but I've noticed lately that there seems to be some pretty heavy distribution going on, particularly on near-term spikes.
Okay, let's pull it back a little. Yeah, it's a good-looking chart. Let me just put it on a weekly. Okay, so on a weekly, the stock went from nonstop last year, $30 to 60. So it's done a double. At $65, it had 6 million. It pushed into that last week with 4 million. Well, the way you can trade this, let me see this. So you're coming out July 21st with numbers. That's what you got to watch out for. I would just trade this listen, don't let this thing close under $63.99, period. Because if it does, then game is 57, the heartbeat, and down to 53.
All right, thanks, sir.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. We're coming right back.